Woohoo! Weekly Pick'em. Hello, Ramley and other NFL family and members of the Payo Time Pick'em community. Yes, shout out to everyone who's been playing along. It's been a lot of fun. Last week, I did the opposite of every one of my picks except for the Rams, and I didn't do too well. I should have trusted my instincts, I think. I only went 6-10 last week by picking the opposite. I did pick the Broncos to beat the Chiefs, so that's something. So my new rule this week is when I'm picking is that I am going to have 6 opposites. All right, so 6 of my picks are gonna be the opposite of what I do. So right now I have 6 opposites left. I don't know. Is that how you spell opposites? Well, if it is, I think it is. Oh, close enough. Cool. All right. Yeah, opposites. Opposites. Okay, opposites. Um, no, I got it. I got opposites. Yeah, just the plural was throwing me off. Anyway, you're not here about grammar. You are here to talk about pick'em. So these are the standings. Shout out Legion of Boom 23-24 went 14-2 last week. Shout out you. And you are at 80-42 on the year in sole possession of first place here. And but we got people that are just right on your tail. Shout out to everyone here that's in the top 10. And even if we scroll that, so they're at 80 wins, 42 losses, and even if you scroll down, right here at like Joe's picks 1, he's only 4 games back, right? So it's still anybody's pick 'em, right? So speaking of pick 'ems, let me do my picks today. So as you can tell, I went 6-10 last week. So starting my new strategy, going with my instinct, but 6 of these 14 games, I will do the opposite. Okay, so Tennessee Titans and Pittsburgh Steelers. Titans, Will Levis, he looked pretty good on Sunday. Can he follow up on a short week? On a nationally televised game and put the NFL on notice that the Mayo Man is ready to deliver instead of the mailman? Well, let's see. Steelers, I know Kenny Pickett's a little banged up here. I actually think that the Steelers at home are going to win this game. However, I am going to use my first opposite and pick. So my instinct is to go Titans. But I'm using my instinct is to go Steelers, but I'm going to use my opposite and go Titans. Yeah, so I'm taking the Titans over the Steelers on Thursday night. I think that's going to be a low score, and if you like punter battles, I think that'll be the game for you. The Dolphins and the Chiefs. Whoa, this game should be in prime time. Are you kidding me? Wow, what battle of 6-2. What a huge game. That's huge for the AFC seeding. It looks like both of these teams will be in the playoffs this year. KC's at home coming off of the tough loss to the Broncos. The Dolphins are really good. The Tyreek Hill. Oh, this game's over in Germany too. Oh, so that's why it's so early, right? Okay, so wow, Germany, you are blessed with one great game here. Oh, I hope it's a good one. You know what? I'm so torn. I'm gonna go with. I'm not using my opposites here. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins to put the Chiefs. Yeah. I'm going to say the Dolphins win. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. That's a lot of fun. A lot of people are going to miss that game, especially people on the West Coast, because it's going to be so early in the morning. That's a shame. But I think the Dolphins will be able to get it done, and the Chiefs will lose back-to-back games, and we will see some media backlash about that, no doubt. But looking forward to that game. The Vikings and the Falcons, 2 teams that are in the playoff race in the NFC. Sort of confusion. It's always entertaining when 2 500 teams meet, because 5-4 looks a lot better than 4-5. So I don't know what either of these teams are doing at quarterback. This is a hard one. You know what? I'm using one of my opposites here. My instinct is to pick the Vikings, but I'm going to use an opposite and pick the Falcons instead. So, sorry, I used my first opposite, and then I used my second one. I have 4 opposites left. Okay. Moving on. The Cardinals and the Browns. I'm taking the Browns, yeah. Rumor has it that the Cardinals have Kyler Murray or is it Caleb Tooney? I forget the rookie's name. However, I think the Browns win this game. I just think the Browns are a more talented team, and that defense, Myles Garrett playing out of his mind. Just zoom out just a little bit here. Yeah, I think the Browns will definitely win this game. I'm not using one of my opposites here. The Rams and Packers game of the week, both coming off horrible losses. Both teams could be described as bad right now. However, if you watch this show, I don't pick against the Rams, win or lose. I've been right 3 times this year, as you can see by their record. But yeah, I'm taking the Rams. No opposites here. I am curious to see how the Rams stack up against the Packers. The Packers have given the Rams trouble the past couple of years in Lambeau. So really curious to see how that plays out. And if, the Rams can go into Lambeau and get a W. I would love to see it. The Commanders and Patriots. Ooh, that's a tough game to pick. My instinct is to take the Commanders, but I'm going to use one of my opposites here and go the Patriots. I just think it's a game where Bill Belichick can play fundamentally good football and get the win. So 3 opposites left here, and I think the Patriots will take on the Commanders win. Bears and Saints. Who knows what the New Orleans Saints are? I have no clue what to make of this team. Sometimes I think they're a shoo-in to win their division. Other times I think they're going to be a top 5 pick next year. However, the Bears, I can't take right now. I can't take the Bears to go into New Orleans and get a win. No, I'm taking the Saints here. Let's move on. The Seahawks and Ravens. Ooh, that's a tough one. Two really good teams there. You got 5-2 Seahawks. The Ravens 6-2. It's in Baltimore. Seahawks have looked pretty good. I will say, whenever the Seahawks seem to look really good, it seems that something happens that they're humble, and then the media will forget about them. Then they'll win a couple of games, and then the media will be like, "Oh, maybe they're really good Super Bowl contender." They did just make a trade for Leonard Williams. You know what though? This game's in Baltimore. I think the Ravens match up well. Lamar Jackson does really well against NFC teams. I'm taking the Ravens. All right, the Buccaneers and the Texans, 2, 3, and 4 teams here. Ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna take the Bucs. I think they're a little bit better roster. They have some veteran talent that still knows how to close out games. Texans, a young up-and-coming team, learning how to win. I like the Bucs on the road here, so I'm taking the Bucs. The Colts and Panthers. Panthers got their 1 win of the year, so all the pressure of going 0-17 is off of them. They got that, that monkey off their back, as they say. No one will say, "Oh, the Carolina Panthers were the worst team in NFL history." They're not in the conversation because they got that 1 win. And I like the Colts to win this game. The Colts are one of those teams that they're scrappy, and they've been in a lot of their games. They're actually a really fun team to watch. I think they go into Carolina and get the win. The Giants and Raiders. Oh, two teams that are really hard to pick. Giants with quarterback drama. The Raiders are the Raiders drama. That's a tough one. I'm leaning Raiders here. Yeah, I'm leaning Raiders, and I still have three opposites left to use. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. So that's a tough one to pick because Cowboys just destroyed the Rams. Eagles are still a really good team, and they're starting to look even better as they get in mid-season form. My instinct here is to take the Eagles, but I'm going to use an opposite that goes to the Cowboys. So we have two opposites left here. The Bills and Bengals. Ooh, this is another hard game to pick. The Bills, any given Sunday, can show up and look like the best team in football. But then they can also show up and look like one of the most just debacled teams in football. And they have, those three losses, I think, are kind of shocking losses. The Bengals also, they started off slow. Ooh, this is going to be an interesting one. It's in Cincy. I'm inclined to say the Bengals, but I'm going to use an opposite here and take the Bills. Yeah. I got to use, okay, I have one more opposite here. And, okay. Oh, my graphic. Oop, there, got to fix that quick. There we go. All right, one opposite left. The Chargers and Jets. The Jets know how to win ugly. And I have to use it. This is the last game. I didn't realize that. Okay, this is the last game, so I'm using my opposite. So my gut instinct here. This is a tough one to work through because both these teams play in ugly games. My gut instinct is that it's in prime time and the Jets would win this game, but solely because of their defense and Morstead as a punter, if he keeps playing like he did on Sunday, they will be so hard to beat. So my gut is for the Jets to win this game. However, I have one more opposite I got to use up. So we're taking the Chargers in an opposite there. So hopefully my pick'em, does well. It's been a while since I've had a good week. For the tiebreaker, I'll just do the typical 55. So that's my picks. Let me know yours. This is fun. Thanks everyone for who's been playing along with me all season long. As always, go Rams, horns up, and peace out. Let's go Rams. Woohoo! Have a great week, everybody.